presentation is going to be about why all states should ban single-use plastics. And single-use plastics are just generalized plastics that you use once. Straws, plastic bags from Walmart, anything like that, you throw it away after a single use. And so some states have already started banning plastic, like California, you have to pay to use a grocery bag. And so I've seen different aspects of how that has influenced the economy, and it's actually not damaged the economy as much as people think. And I've known this because I've been to California. We had to pay for plastic bags. We didn't have straws unless you asked for it. And it's just an inconvenience, but it's not the end of the world. And reusable bags were literally everywhere. You could just buy them off the street. And then also, I keep getting emails and newsletters and everything because I own a turtle. His name is Jesse. And they just tell me everything about how you can prevent putting plastic in the ocean and everything that you can do to protect the ocean and wildlife. And so I get a lot of information from that company as well. And then these are the most common single-use plastics. You have your utensils, your forks, knives, your takeout boxes, your drink cups, your gas station, your styrofoam Sonic cups, your plastic water bottles, and your grocery bags. Those are the most common things that end up in the ocean. And then why the first reason that we should ban it is because it all goes to the landfill. But the landfills are full. And everything just sits there, because plastic doesn't decompose, so it just sits there. It rots. It just stays. And so as the wind blows through the landfills and everything the nature picks up, it gets blown around the country. And so trash that's in the middle of Oklahoma in our landfill will end up on either of the coast or in Texas or somewhere because the wind blows it around, it gets lost in transport, and it just sits there because it can't decompose, and it takes over 2,000 years for plastic to decompose, and even then it leaves microplastics in the soil. So it doesn't actually really decompose, and it just sits there. And landfills are already full of everything else. Why are you going to add the plastic? And then everyone says, oh, why don't you recycle it? Recycling plants are costly. Everyone knows Altus doesn't have recycling anymore because it was too costly to maintain. So everyone just throws all of their high school water bottles into the trash because we can't maintain a recycling plant. And it's too costly for many communities. Many of our rural communities don't have recycling. And a lot of it creates toxins and majority of factories that just disperse into the air because of all that melting plastic, and you're just reforming the plastic, gives off toxins into the air, which is also harmful to the environment, but also harmful to people as well. And so that's why recycling plants are good, but not in mass quantities. And then also, plastic has been building up in the ocean. Everyone hears about the floating trash island. It's actually real. And these are the 5 main ones that are in the country right now. There's one, this is the United States right here. There's one off the coast of California and one in the coast of Florida. And those are the majority of us near us. There's 3 others that are floating in the ocean, and it just piles because of the ocean currents. It moves the trash into the one concentrated area. So that's where you get your trash islands, and it's just a concentrated island of trash. And so companies have been going out there trying to clean it up, but it just keeps growing because of all the ocean currents. They don't stop, so it just keeps building and building. The more trash you put in it, the bigger the islands get, and they can add up into one actual continent of trash. And then there are plastic alternatives, and they're not all bad. Many people, especially in people like me and my majority of people, also it was a trend to be conservative about the world. Majority of them were Hydro Flask and reusable straws were the biggest ones out there. But also there's other things that you can do to help eliminate plastic or things like that, because there's a company that makes pens out of old water bottles, and those are my favorite pens until I lost them. But there's also different things that you can use instead of your Tupperware dishes, or instead of using your water bottle over and over again, but you will eventually throw it away. Go to a metal water bottle, a Camelback water bottle, anything to just reuse stuff. But then also saran wrap to wrap your food. Use beeswax, because beeswax wraps are used the same as foil or saran wrap, and they do the same thing without harming anything and using your natural environment to make products. And then also things are the reusable bags, or those are been coming and going a little bit, but people have been using plastic to make those reusable bags. And there's also companies that are having conservative efforts. They'll make their conservative bracelets and things like that to spread the word out. They'll make it out of reusable plastic. And like I've shown a video of how you take the plastic from the ocean and you make these bracelets for everyone to wear. And majority of people have these bracelets and they don't even know that they're wearing someone's reused water bottle on the wrist. And so that's majority of people have started converting to reusable plastics and things like that, or plastic alternatives without even knowing it, because it's a trend on social media. And so I think it wouldn't be that much of a drastic change if just all states just banned reusable plastic. Because some states have already done it on the coast, down in Texas, they've already done it. Why can't the rest of the country do it? It's not that large of a change. And so that's why I think all states should ban single-use plastic.